A double whammy from the US Congressional Budget Office. The nation's debts will hit an all-time high in the next 10 years. But there's a more immediate threat. The US hit its $31.4 trillion borrowing limit in January and now risks running out of money by September. That chimes with Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen, who for months has warned of dire consequences if lawmakers can't raise what's known as the debt ceiling.
A default on our debt would produce an economic and financial catastrophe. Many of your residents could ultimately lose their jobs. Household payments on mortgages, auto loans, and credit cards would rise, and American businesses would see credit markets deteriorate.
But the debt ceiling has become a political football. Democrats want to raise it, but Kevin McCarthy, the most senior Republican in Congress, says they've overspent and is demanding budget cuts as the price of any deal.
In the next 10 years, we will spend over $8 trillion just on interest. That's more than the entire federal budget this year by a lot.
If the prospect of a US default seems remote, federal employees have suffered from debt ceiling deadlock before.
If lawmakers in the US Congress can't agree on raising that debt ceiling, then the government risks running out of money. And it's happened many times before, most recently at the end of 2018, when many federal agencies shut down, as well as key visitor attractions, such as the museums which line the National Mall here in Washington, D.C. It led to hundreds of thousands of workers either being sent home or forced to work without pay for several weeks until that debt ceiling was raised.
McCarthy and US President Joe Biden have started negotiations on the debt ceiling, with the latter due to show his budget for the next year to Congress on March the 9th. Owen Fairclough, CGTN, Washington.